Hello, White Sox fans. I hope everybody had a great three-day Labor Day weekend. Looking back at last week, it was a bit of a mixed bag for the White Sox. We can't forget that the White Sox did have a nice two-game showing against the Pittsburgh Pirates. Yes, they are not a great team, but last time we faced them, we split a two-game series, so it was nice to win both of those games. And of course, then the White Sox went on to Kansas City, where they lost the series. Hats off to Salvi Perez, who is just an ageless wonder, especially as a bigger catcher. That guy is, he's got to be Hall of Fame bound in time, right? We will take a look at the White Sox schedule for this coming week, including who is in the lineup tonight, who got the playing time last week, and how they did. The White Sox finish up their short one-week road trip with a three-game set against Oakland at the Coliseum. Two games happening pretty late, 8:40 our time, and one afternoon game on Thursday. And the White Sox then get to come home and host the Boston Red Sox for three games. So yes, 6 games this week, all against either playoff or playoff caliber teams. This is a tough time for the White Sox to be playing Oakland and Boston. Why? Well, because the White Sox are doing the right thing right now, which is erring on the side of caution when it comes to any and every player that might have a nagging, lingering injury. We know that Tim Anderson has been on the injured list since, I believe it was August 29th. He's eligible to come off this week. But the White Sox, it doesn't really matter too much what they do within the next week or two. They haven't clinched the playoffs yet, but they are very, very likely playoff bound. So this is a great time for the White Sox to rest as many players as possible to make sure that they are fully healthy when the games really, really count in October. That said, at the All-Star break, could you imagine if we said the White Sox were relying on the 1-2 punch of Dylan Cease and Ronaldo Lopez to lead their rotation, which is kind of what's going on right now. We know Dallas Keuchel has been rough lately. I don't know if he's tipping his pitches, if he has some other issue going on. He is too good of a pitcher to be faltering as much as he is. And he's also a guy that doesn't rely on power and speed. And those are typically things that kind of trail off with age. But he still has his pitch arsenal. For whatever reason, something's just not working. As well, the White Sox are being overly cautious, appropriately overly cautious, with Lucas Giolito and Lance Lynn, giving them some time off, putting both of them on the injured list. Oh yeah, and Carlos Rodon is having his turn in the rotation skipped as well. The White Sox have been so lucky this year to have Carlos Rodon take the next step as he has. And the same is happening for Ronaldo Lopez, who has really just found the magic that maybe he hasn't had since his rookie season. He is doing a great job just eating innings very effectively for the White Sox. So we'll see if he can continue doing that. He will be getting a start coming up this week. When it comes to position players, apparently Yoan Moncada tweaked his wrist on a swing over the weekend, but he is back in the lineup today, so that's looking good. We also heard that Luis Robert is not at 100% still. He is still working his way back from a major injury, and he's got some days where he feels great, some days where he doesn't. He's also in the lineup today. He's getting regular playing time. So even though he's not 100%, apparently he is doing very well overall. The White Sox have likewise been a little bit cautious with Yasmani Grandal, who has just been lights out, just amazing since coming back from the injured list. On that note, let's take a quick look at who got the playing time last week. The very regular players from last week were Luis, Jose, Eloy. Leury Garcia is getting a lot of playing time with Tim Anderson down. Moncada, Yasmani Grandal, and Cesar Hernandez has been dropped to 9th in the lineup. He's unfortunately been scuffling a bit lately, but he is playing every day still. Some of your part-time players from last week include Andrew Vaughn, who's been scuffling a little bit, so I think they gave him a little bit of time off. Gavin Sheets looked very impressive in his first game back. And then there's Brian Goodwin as well. Your bench bats include Danny Mendick, Romy Gonzalez, and Sebi Zavala, with Billy Hamilton recently activated from the injured list. Not doing the deep dive into all the stats this week, but right now, looking at the on-base plus slugging kings, Yasmani Grandal was almost 2,000. Gavin Sheets was 1,100. Even Leury Garcia did quite well, batting over 1,000 on base plus slugging. After winning American League Player of the Month for August, Jose is still doing really well with an over 900 on base plus slugging, and Luis is over 800. Some of the underperforming players from last week, Eloy was just in the mid 500s, Yoan was under 500, and Andrew Vaughn was down around 200. So for my pick to click this week, boy, I want to say Gavin Sheets because I really love rooting for the younger players. And he looks like a major leaguer. I love that this is his first taste of major league action happening this year, and he's looked so great up there overall. I just don't know if he's going to get regular reps right now. So that's my only hesitation, really. Eloy had a really bad week last week. Maybe I'm going to put some encouragement behind him, hoping that he's going to rebound, bounce back really strong. I'll go ahead. Eloy Jimenez will be my pick to click for this coming week. So go ahead and just leave your pick in the comments below. I also wanted to just mention that Fangraphs updated their power rankings on the season, and to my surprise, the White Sox were listed in 4th place. It's pretty easy to get a little bit down on your team when your pitching staff is injured and you just lost a 3-game set to a division rival who should be quite below you overall, but they put the White Sox at the top of the 2nd tier of players. They call them on the cusp of greatness. They have the White Sox behind only the Giants, Dodgers, and Tampa Bay Rays. And honestly, the White Sox have played the Rays really good this year. So on a 1-to-1 matchup, if the White Sox are fully healthy, I easily pick them to beat the Rays. Fangraphs has them above the Astros, Yankees, Brewers, and Red Sox, which is pretty impressive. The Brewers are just killing it lately. Oh, and they've got them quite a bit ahead of the Oakland A's, and this might be a really good time for the White Sox to be playing Oakland. They seem to always struggle when they're playing in the Coliseum, but Oakland is not doing great lately. They've won just 4 out of their last 10 games, falling a half game behind Seattle in the wild card race. So the momentum for Oakland is trending in the wrong direction for them. Might be a really good time for the White Sox, especially because we will not be going in fully healthy. So enjoy this week's worth of games. I will be back sooner than later, and I'm thinking about doing some more live stream, interactive type videos. So if you guys have any interest in that, I was even considering doing this video as just a live broadcast that people can obviously watch on replay later. But if you guys want me to do things like that, just let me know in the comments below. I hope everybody's having a great time. Play ball and go Sox.